What is up, everyone? We are back for another episode. Oh, did it to the peak?
Nope, you're fine. You're fine. I wasn't ready for Matt on 12 like that.
Man,
you're
Matt's
good.
in a good mood. Matt's in a good mood. But no, what's up, everyone? We are back for another episode of Spin from the Reel. Once again, I am Matt, and joining me as always is the personality himself, Chris Anthony Lopez. Shug will be joining us in just a bit. As you all know, he's getting adjusted to his new job, so he'll probably start coming in later in the shows, just going forward.
How dare he?
No.
Wow.
Life.
Right. How dare he get a new job and have to work on Mondays and do the show late? What a jerk. How dare he prioritize his personal life over Spin from the Reel? Right. But what's good, party people? I see my man E-Man in the chat. Star Wars tournament champion Nikki DiMolanto will be joining us momentarily, but we gotta tell y'all to subscribe, like the channel, like the video,
and I gotta ask Dr. Seuss how he's doing.
Yo, okay, so I'm so excited, guys. So I'm out here giving Shug shit for getting his new job. I got a second job on top of my radio business, but that's fun. Yeah, cool. I'm working for Dr. Seuss now, and it's rad. I start this week. It's this from my Chicago folks. It's the Dr. Seuss experience, and I'm working directly for them. I'm gonna be like a host, and I'm gonna be like all that fun stuff. I'm so excited. I start this week, and I will update y'all as we go. I'm so jazzed, but that's besides the point. We're here talking some movie trivia schmodown, and we have a guest, Matt.
Yes,
we have a guest. We've been talking about this person for months on this very show. We've been hyping her up because she was like, I like Star Wars trivia, and we're over here like, yo, you're pretty darn good at it, but she didn't think so. And then she beat Ross, and then she beat Alex Damon, and then the craziest thing is she did what she said she didn't think she'd do. Is beat Go Leader in the Star Wars tournament final and is going to Spectacular. So we're getting a DiMolanto Spectacular. And this time, her name, it's Nikki DiMolanto. Nikki.
What's up, guys?
How are you?
I'm just hanging, man. I'm just chilling, and I don't even know what to feel.
It seems like a lot has happened since the first time we got you on.
It really has. A lot of stuff has happened. A lot of unexpected things have happened. But yeah, it's been a wild season. It's like it took a while for me to make my debut, but then once it happened, it was kind of like bam, bam, bam. At least it felt like that to me.
Yo, I mean, you didn't get your debut until I believe it was late July is when we all got to see the match.
Something like that.
And it was, back half of the season or the beginning of the back half. And everyone was talking about when's Nikki gonna debut, especially after all the success that Andrew had early in the season. And even around that same time you debuted, like the hype was real. The DiMolanto hype was real. And folks are now calling you the steal of the draft.
Yes. Wow, I'm
the steal. You were the last Star Wars player taken.
I think so.
And now here you are. So congratulations.
Chris, just take a minute to think about that.
Mm-hmm.
At Spectacular, we're going to have the first Star Wars player taken going against this last Star Wars player taken.
That's wild. I didn't think about that.
That's pretty rad, ain't it? Yo, it's nuts. But the whole thing with this match, right, that we got to see last Friday at the pay-per-view, like you were going into this match with Go Leader, and every Star Wars competitor, I feel like they just go like straight Star Wars and that's it. Like that's all they do for every single one of these matches. But this time you're going against probably one of the more out there personalities, like Go Leader.
Oh yeah,
like
he's wild.
did he at any point, like in the build up, were you like, God damn, like this dude's like the worst or this dude's like the best? We love Evan over here, we do. But how did you feel about Go Leader? Or either way, about Evan Bushkar, Go Leader, however you want to go about it. How did you feel about him going into this?
I didn't really know how to feel about him because I'd never gotten the opportunity to talk to him before this match. So like literally the first time I ever said words to him was jumping onto a StreamYard or whatever, So I'd never gotten to talk to the guy before. So personally, I didn't really have much of an opinion because how do you form an opinion without ever talking to somebody? But as a character, I was like, man, this guy is he's perfect with the exchange. Like he's just got this belligerent confidence to him that is just perfect with the exchange. And I got to be honest, he really won me over in this match. And I was like going against him. Like going into this match, I was like, oh, he seems like a cool guy. But coming out of this match, I'm like, I really like this guy. Like he seems really funny. He seems like somebody I'd have fun to hang out with. But yeah, I he's a cool guy, and I was scared. I was scared because he's real good. Like he missed like nothing.
Right. And E-Man's asking, did he try and send you a shirt? You just got to be persistent and say no, apparently.
Did he try to send people shirts?
Yes.
So. Wait, what?
I've seen him in like the Facebook groups. Like, yeah, like I'll send you a shirt. Like if you're not like with the exchange or if you need to be sold, he'll send you a T-shirt. And like it's a whole. I didn't get a T-shirt. I'm not being paid off by a Goal Leader.
Still haven't gotten a T-shirt.
Yeah, I have not gotten the Goal Leader exchange T-shirt.
If he wants to buy me a shirt, then knock yourself out. I'll wear it if you buy it.
Word.
But no, I have not been solicited. I have not gotten the offer, and I'm pretty offended now.
But
what's up, Jeremy Miller? We see you in the chat.
Yeah, what's good, Jeremy? But this whole hype that you've been you've been living this past couple months, right? Like your name's been uttered a ton, and I've been seeing a ton of love for you in all the groups, whatever, is for good reason.
Yeah,
because now you're going to Spectacular. Yeah, what like telling yourself 2 months ago, like, oh, like I'm gonna beat Ross, and I'm gonna beat Alex Damon. Like, and you can tell the emotion that's coming from you. And yes, Joseph Burrows, that Star Wars competitor and Star Wars tournament champion, Nikki DiMolanta.
Put some respect on the name, bro.
It still feels weird.
Why? How so? How's it feel weird?
I know, it just feels so weird to say. Like, it just feels weird. Like, yeah. I also don't like talking about myself. So it just feels weird to be like, yeah, I'm Star Wars competitor. Wow, look at me. Like, it just feels
You're going to hate this next 20 minutes.
Aren't you also the person who's like, probably won't play a match or I'll bomb my first match. And now look at you. You're undefeated. Undefeated.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, I've gone into every match. Like, I just hope I don't get TKO'd or something. You know, like, I'm just hoping that it goes okay. Like, I just hope I don't embarrass myself. That's how I've pretty much gotten in all these matches, how I feel about the next one, too, especially. But yeah, it's just weird because I never thought I would play a match ever. And I don't know if it was Suge or somebody that watched we had a play along, like, way back when. And I played along to the Iron Man match with Whitwer and Knapsack. And I feel like Andrew asked me, like, oh, would you ever compete?
Wow. Dragon Edge had the best host and the best person in the same room.
Who's that? You guys?
I have no idea.
I got no
wow.
Nice. I'm pretty sure Dragon's talking about Chris because he thinks I'm a Ben Bateman hater.
Oh, Dragon, I love you. I do love Dragon. But Nikki, please continue.
Oh, but yeah, no, I was just like, I think he asked me one time, like, do you ever think you would compete? I'm like, hell no. Why would I? Like, no way. I'm nowhere near the level of you people out there already in it.
People.
You guys out there with your Star Wars life fans, all you nerds out there. But yeah, no, I never thought I would. And I don't know what it was this season. Maybe it was Andrew and Christian both like, hey, you should do it. Yeah. And I guess I just caved.
So they were persistent. Just
Andrew
instead
was persistent.
Of the t-shirt, it was actually competing in this thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's crazy. Like the draft was about like 11 months ago. And like give or take a few weeks. And now here you are in this position where you, again, like it's two Star Wars rookies, not only the first Star Wars competitor to take it against the last, it's two undefeated rookies in your division.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And now you're facing Thomas Harper, and we got to talk to him this past Friday, and he's very excited to play you, especially if the other option was Gold Leader. But
yeah,
your match with Gold Leader, you can just tell you just were overcome with emotion when the match ended.
Oh yeah.
Like it was, not only did you best some of the best in the Star Wars division, but now you're going to Spectacular.
Yeah.
And you are going to be playing in front of a crowd against Thomas Harper.
Yeah.
Like when the second you heard your name, that you heard you won, like, was it more like relief? Was it like, oh my God, I did this? Like, what was going through your brain?
Yeah, I don't think I would use the word relief. It was just more like, oh my God. Cause I thought I probably had maybe like 20%, 15, 20% chance of winning this match. And somebody out there did like Vegas odds where they were like went hard with their math and they were like the percentage chance that he would win, percentage chance I would win. And it was very lopsided.
Really?
I'm glad I didn't see that before because that would have been like,
Woo!
uh-oh. But yeah, it was disbelief, maybe a little bit of relief because it was just over and I could actually breathe. But it was just kind of like, oh my God. First of all, I didn't think this would happen. I didn't think I would get multiple wins, much less win a fucking tournament. So, and then the realization of, oh my God, when I answer this question, because I know it, when I answer this question, that means I'm going to win this tournament. And that means I have to go spectacular and play Thomas. So it was all hitting me at one time, just disbelief, shock, pride, because it's like, all right, yes, I study my ass off. And I guess it worked for this match.
And it has to be like incredibly validating, like
Yeah.
especially once you like, yeah, you didn't want to, but you signed up,
Yeah.
and you were drafted, and like, you were chosen, and I don't know if you may have felt any discouragement over as the season was progressing and you weren't getting a match or anything,
Mm-mm.
but the second you did and you were succeeding, and then you're put in this tournament, and like here you are, and you've won over. I'd be surprised if you don't have if anyone dislikes you, like at this point, like, oh
There's
my
always
gosh,
somebody.
you beat goal leader. Oh my God. Right. It's like there's like it's very, very hard. As 123 Narnia in the chat points out, that they cried when they saw you win, and you and Andrew are very like, if we had like a like whenever we get to awards season, like moment of the year, like both of y'all's winning reactions were
Yes.
very different.
You were starting to, just for how it looked, is you were starting to like lose it before you even answered the question. There's like a moment of I'm doing this. This is about to happen. And now let's be honest. This year has been the year of the woman in Schmoedown. The females have been dominant in this league, and you have the opportunity to become the first female Star Wars champion.
That's insane. It's exciting. It is exciting, especially in the realm of like Star Wars. Because, I mean, how many dudes are there in this division, and compared to how many of us ladies are there? It's pretty lopsided. Yeah. So yeah, it's exciting. It's daunting. It's scary, but it's exciting that the chance is there, even if it might be this much. It's exciting that the chance is there. So yeah, it's really exciting to be representing the ladies of the Schmoedown, especially the ladies of the Star Wars division.
Yeah. And Dragon 17 has a question for you. It's a question for Dimmy. You and Andrew clearly know Schmoedown and the game more than most competitors. How much importance do you put given knowing the game and being fans first for your success? If I wasn't clear, did that play a big part in your success?
Knowing the game?
Like being fans.
Yeah, being fans.
Yeah. I mean, if you came into this and you were like, what's the Schmoedown? Sure, I know movies. And then you just started playing without watching anything. Yeah, because you're going to forget that you have, because strategy is more than JTEs and challenges. It's more than multiple choice and JTEs. I think more strategy comes into play in a 5-rounder now that I can say that I've played in one. Because there's strategy to it that I was never forced to think about before I got into this match. But yes, when you come into it as a fan and you watch all these matches, you guys, you talk about these matches, you analyze them, and you think, well, what would I have done if I was in their situation? I would have done this differently and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I think it gives you a definite, not advantage, because we all watch it and we all are fans of it. I think that's a safe thing to say. But yeah, I think it definitely helps to know the game, watch it, analyze it, and apply what you've learned. Because if you don't watch it, you're going to go in blind and you're probably going to stumble. So yeah, I think it definitely helps. It also helps to have a podcast and have to think about it and talk about it every week.
That is true. That is very, very true.
That's definitely valid. But if I can, for a moment, go back to that Alex Damon match, because that was like, to me, because I'm gonna keep gassing you up for the remainder that we have you on here, and for the remainder of the season, really. like that was to me, that was upset of the year. Like, not saying that like, oh, Alex knows more Star Wars than Nikki. It's like, but look at the hype
He does.
that I mean, shout out to him, the 700,000 subscribers.
Oh hell yeah!
But you were facing the guy who had a chokehold on this division for years, and who, anytime he played a match, whoever he was playing, the odds-on favorite was him every single time. Even when Andrew played him the second time, people were like,
you don't have to tell me.
Like, Alex, yeah, right. It's like Alex was like, oh yeah, it's Alex.
Oh yeah.
But like, you get to play him now, and he plays a Demolanta for the third time in a year, and now he's scared to play another Demolanta, or at least I would be if I was there, going forward. Like, was that like, I don't want to say was that like your proudest moment or anything, but when you beat him and you realized you had to move forward, like, what was that feeling like to almost beat the GOATs in that division? Like, that was the guy. Yeah. And you came in as a rookie, third match, and like, yo, like, I just beat him.
Yeah. That was wild, because both Alex and Gold Leader, like, you got Alex, he's the GOAT. I think most everybody will agree. Yeah. Then you got Gold Leader, who has just blazed his own path in this division, has shown what a formidable opponent he is. So going into both of these matches, I was like, they probably got it. And if they take me and they win, it is what it is. At least it was a valiant effort, you know. But the winning against Alex was just like, it was stunning, but it was also kind of like, I mean, going in when you're up 6 or 7 points or whatever it was also kind of like, okay, I feel like this might actually happen. As long as I don't blow all 3 questions in round 3, this is actually going to happen. So it kind of sunk in before, you know, because I think against Alex, I didn't have to answer. I don't think I had to answer my 5, right? So it was kind of like, oh my God, this is actually going to happen. It had time to sink in actually before it happened, but it was still stunning. I'm going to do my best, man. But yeah, going up against Evan or Gold Leader, my bad. Yeah,
I think it's interchangeable at this point.
At this point, yeah, that one was different because I was like, I could miss this 5, and we would go to sudden death, and who the hell knows what happens to sudden death.
Right.
So yeah, it was a different feeling winning both of those matches. Different emotions coming from both, but still both made me go, hi, what just happened? I cannot believe that actually happened in the way it happened. So it was exhilarating. It was, but it was nerve-wracking after the Alex match to know that I was like, oh no, now I have to go against Evan. And then to beat Gold Leader, it's like, oh no, now I have to go against Thomas. So it's exciting, but at the same time, it's like, wow, more pressure. Cool.
So I got to ask, is there like an in-house battle on who deserves upset of the year? Because it's like Andrew beat Alex first, but you beat him more handedly, and like,
I would say no. And if it were up to me, if I were casting like a tiebreaker or something, personally, I would give it to Andrew, because when going up against Alex in that 51-50 match, they were both looking dangerous. Like, that was the Alex Damon that we know. And to keep your head down in that match and not flinch against him when he's performing that way. And the fact that Alex was coming in after having defended 80,000 times. And he got to take him down. He got to be the one to do it. That one I think holds more weight for me. So if it were up to me, I'd be giving it to him. I don't know what he would say. Maybe he'd say him, and I would agree.
Matt, I think Nick's just being nice.
Maybe, but we all know her boy Shug is like, he's like, they should be Nikki's is bigger.
He's running to his computer right now. Like, she's wrong.
Yep. Yeah, he's probably listening on his phone. First thing he's gonna say is like, Demi, don't put yourself down like that. You deserve it. You deserve it. Like, you talk about how you looked at that person who did the Vegas odds for you and Evan. It's like, oh, you're glad you didn't see him. People have kind of treated you the same way, even like, especially probably more so with the Alex match, because like you said, he defended a million times. Everybody's like, oh, he's hungry. He's trying to get his title back. But it's like the Demolantes are the chosen ones. So
It's worked out for us, man. This season, it's worked out. I'm curious to see what's going to happen next season with him because I can't speak for the man, but what happens if he decides to focus only on Star Wars again and he doesn't do IG? What happens? That's going to make him a little bit scarier than he already is. So if he makes that decision, because I know he said he just did a Reddit AMA and he was like, yeah, I was a little burnt out this year, especially because of IG. So if he cuts that tie and just focuses on Star Wars, ooh, it's going to be a little scary.
See, the one thing I will just add to that, Nikki, in your favor, is that I don't think, and again, I don't know Andrew. I love him, but
we talked him a couple times, but
right, he's great. And if y'all don't follow him on TikTok, you should.
Yeah.
But I don't think he went into that either one of those Alex Damon matches thinking, "Oh, he's gonna beat me. Oh, he has the upper hand."
No.
And Nikki, Matt, and correct me if I'm wrong, she just said, "Oh, he probably got me."
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like, and then she did the golden one. He probably got me.
Yeah,
And now here we are. Like
if I was voting in a poll.
She's like, basically, if I was voting in a poll, I'm voting against myself.
I probably would have voted them too. I'm just as surprised as anybody else.
Not in this house,
especially not in this man's house.
There he is.
What is going on, everybody? I apologize. I had to get home from work, and
hey, man.
But I made sure to hurry up and be here for this special occasion because I always love talking to a Dimolanta. And especially this one, even though I really enjoy talking to Andrew, I do enjoy talking to this Dimolanta.
We have a favorite.
He's right. No, I was listening. I was listening the whole time while I was driving home from work.
I told you.
Great questions all around. But one of the things I wanted to ask you, Demi, which I saw it on your last episode of Beyond the Schmodown, and I can't wait to watch when you guys release the new one because I want to see Andrew's reaction. You talked about how you are his greatest success in the Schmodown.
Yeah.
I mean, to have him say that, I mean,
he precious.
He beat Alex. Yes. He beat Alex Damon. He
retained the belt.
He defended the belt twice, and for him to say that you're his greatest accomplishment,
that's
like how does that
make
you feel?
It's special. It's pretty cool. I totally know why he's saying it. I think he kind of explained why he was saying it because I didn't watch Star Wars before him. I'd never seen Star Wars until we started dating, and so he was like, to take you, somebody who had never seen Star Wars and really didn't have much of an interest in watching it, and to take you from no knowledge of anything to where we are now, he's like, that's a big achievement. And then he's like, I feel proud because he was pretty instrumental in it. So yeah, it's cute. It's precious that he would say that.
That's awesome because he has shown you so much love since the beginning and how much he's been backed you and talked about how how good you are and things like that. And I think that's really awesome. Even in his own, going through what he was going through and trying to win the belt and the sacrifice and everything.
Yeah.
I really I think that's pretty awesome of him to support you the way he did. But I actually do want to talk about the match itself because I mean it was very impressive what you did, especially in that second round when Goldie just started missing some questions and you were just stealing them. Like, what were you thinking? Because he misses that 2-pointer and it goes to you and you just answer it like ease.
Yeah.
Ease.
Yeah. That was insane because I wasn't expecting him to miss any because it's him, and because when he spun Rise, it was like, yep, I'll take it. And I was like, uh-oh. So, and it's the fact that he got 2 really deep cut actor questions back to back. Oh. Where would they F? What?
Wait a minute. Andrew.
I think you hit send a little too early.
You had too many bubblies, my friend.
That might be the baby with his phone.
It very well could be.
I hope so.
But yeah, no, that was wild. Two really deep cut actor questions back to back. That was rough. That was filthy. But yeah, it was crazy because I'm like, oh my God, wow, I actually have a lead against this guy. So yeah, that was obviously a big turning point in the match because after round
There we
one,
go.
where we go. Oh, look at him quoting. There
Oh,
we go.
see.
Crush
We
it.
are what they
The
grow
last-
beyond.
quoting
This is the
Yoda
true
in The
burden
Last
of
Jedi.
all masters. Yeah. And you guys
Just
are
when we
truly
thought you couldn't get any cuter, Andrew.
Yeah.
The most non-controversial film in the franchise being quoted.
Right?
Of course
The one
not.
that everybody loves without any
And-
question.
Everyone loves it.
But here's the greatest thing ever. If we really just talk about the whole thing. You literally talk about how your first was Force Awakens, right?
Yeah, in
And
the
you
theater, yeah.
spun the darn thing every freaking
Telling you. I don't understand what's happening. I don't get it. Like I took it on spinners my first match, and then I've spun it in every single match since. I mean, it's only been 3 matches since then, but it's
Yes. Yes, I have talked about this. There's been a lot of debate and people, oh well, Newman and this.
He's
Look,
really good though.
It's whoever ends up with the belt. That's what
We spent like an hour talking about it on Friday. Like,
Yeah, we
like,
did.
Star
And we-
Wars or bust.
Yeah, and we got it. Well, we got into like a real deep debate because Thomas came out with some comments saying, look, unless you're doing what I'm doing, you can't claim rookie of the year. I think Andrew has Star Wars player kind of locked up unless Demi just beats, like if she KOs Thomas.
Beats the brakes off.
Yeah, then I gotta change my mind. But I
Sure,
personally believe that Andrew,
Star-
because he beat Dama.
I was
What
gonna say,
happened?
Star Wars player is going to be the most controversial award this year.
I don't
There's
think
a
it
lot
is.
of
Thomas
I
will
don't-
beat your
It
ass,
is.
Doug.
It is between Andrew. It is between Nikki, and it is between Thomas because you
Oh,
have
yeah,
to
you-
give Thomas his respect. So it
Ankle
is a
leader.
3-person race.
Show some love to go later too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I mean, he's been in 2 tournament finals.
give
But
him flowers.
he's been in 2 tournament finals, and I love Gold Leader to death. But at the end of the day, you're going to have 2 people that have lost 1 match and 1 person that has gone undefeated all year.
Facts.
Yeah.
Mm.
But then I've also said that Andrew, because he beat Alex Damon at a time when nobody thought. Look at. I said this, and Nikki's here, and I'll repeat it to her. She can agree. I said when Andrew beat Damon, that was Damon unbeatable, and nobody would. There was a few of us that were like, Damon, Andrew's gonna win, but nobody was picking him. Everyone was like, no, Damon's undefeated. When it comes to Nikki versus Alex is like, everyone's like, Alex is gonna. This isn't the same Alex, but he's winning this tournament. Nobody's beating him. He's going to get to the tournament. He's going to get to spectacular. That is why I say Demi's defeat of Alex is upset of the year because nobody was. I think you even said it on your show, Demi. You were like, people had me at 20% to win this match.
Oh yeah, it was
Just
really
like
low.
on the show.
Yeah,
Nikki just said she thought she was going to lose the match.
Yeah. And 1, 2, 3, Mario.
If that's
Being
not,
honest.
I don't know what is.
If Demi beats Harper, it's hard to argue against her because she'll be the current belt holder. She'll have beaten the man who beat her husband, who beat the unbeatable Alex Damon.
I said
And she
this.
will be-
Everyone
and she
called
will
me
be-
crazy.
Exactly.
Everybody called me crazy when I said this. I said if she runs through this tournament, she's beat Alex Damon. And we didn't know the other side. I said she's either going to be Laura Kelly, Gold Leader, Scrimshaw, or Eric Whiteley. But if she we were assuming it's Laura Kelly or Gold Leader. She's
Right.
beating Gold Leader, who is in 2 tournament finals.
Yeah.
And now she plays Harper, who she beats Harper. She avenges his Andrew's loss, but beats another undefeated rookie. I said I said she would get Rookie of the Year and Star Wars Player of the Year because of that.
Wow.
And a lot of people were like, I don't know. And now we're in the situation. Everyone's like, well, wait a minute.
Yeah, Shug
Look at the
called that
records.
shit.
Look at who she's beat. Look who's top. And I love Thomas. Thomas beat Andrew. Andrew beat Alex. Like it comes down to that. And I think it's gonna be a fun. I think Spectacular is gonna decide a lot of things. It's gonna be crazy. Nikki, just know if you win, I'm gonna be crying. I'm gonna be crying because Harper lost because he's part of the Den. I'm just like shit.
Oh, true.
The Den just can't get
No,
nothing this year.
You're crying either way because you're going to cry
Either way.
because Harper lost, or you're going to cry because she lost, or you're going to cry because Harper won, or you're going to cry before.
Yeah,
because
either way, I'm
you're
crying.
crying
So,
regardless.
but if I see Andrew go on that stage to hug you, I'm gonna fucking lose it. Like Suge's gonna, and I'm probably gonna be drunk, so it's gonna be worse.
You just gonna see a 5'5" bald looking baby on.
Oh no, I'm growing my hair. I'm growing my hair because I don't want to scare anybody. It's spectacular. My hair.
Oh my
So,
God.
But you're gonna see a 5'6" Puerto Rican guy just bawling his eyes out.
Like, laying on the floor in a fetal position, rocking.
Okay.
Sobbing.
Just sobbing to death.
To get the conversation off as Shook's tear ducts,
my
I do want to bring
God.
it back to Nikki. Because we've said Andrew's name a lot, and we love Andrew, but Nikki, like, you're the one going to Spectacular. You're the one competing. You're the one that went through the tournament. And now you're playing in front of a crowd. And I feel like I got to ask you the obligatory question. Playing in front of a crowd. Like, it's not like in the comfort of your own home.
Right? I don't wear my PJs.
Right. I mean, you still can wear your PJs. No one ever said you can't. At least that's my knowledge. But Shug is over here, and he's gonna be looking right at you the whole time when you're playing. Is that something you're looking forward to? Like, are you looking, because that's I guarantee the both of y'all are gonna have the entire thing is gonna be rooting for the two of you, and we're gonna be one conflicted ass group.
I think so.
and your whole run has been unexpected from all parties, it seems like, especially from the way you're talking.
Me too.
And Thomas, we all expected that. Like, a lot of us expected that out of him. And now here you both are in these positions. How is that going into Spectacular?
It's crazy. Like, I've been on stage before. I've been on stage a lot. It's just been a very, very long time since I've been on stage. And I've never been on stage for Star Wars. like I've performed on stage countless times. It's never for this. So I'm not too worried because don't get me wrong, I'm not too worried about being on stage because, like, I don't know, once you're on stage, the lights, I don't plan on wearing these because I don't want to see people, you know.
Word.
Like, I kind of want the crowd to just disappear, which I know they will. Like, I'm wearing these because I want to see your beautiful faces. So, that's what we're doing here today. But I'm not going to wear these. I'm going to let the lights do their thing, drown out the crowd, because that's what always happened whenever I was on stage before. You get out there, you sing the first note, and then you forget the crowd's there. So that's how I figure it's going to happen here. You go out there, you answer the first question, and then it's just going to be, okay, I'm just up here answering Star Wars questions.
And Amaru's going nuts in the chat.
And shout out to Amaru. Shout out to Amaru for being in that finals as being in not the finals, but the match before being your manager. He really was real supportive, and I like the way Amaru managed that. I really did.
Awesome.
I think he did a basic job doing that. So shout out to Amaru.
He's awesome, so supportive.
And some prayers need to be sent to Amaru and E-Man as the New York Knicks lost to my Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh no!
and just so the chat is
real sports
about
tomorrow at 10
basketball.
p.m.
Yeah, real sports every Tuesday. But what and I know we're talking about Rookie of the Year, and it's a lot of Star Wars and Griffey Nooms, but I also want to show some love to Amaru Moses and Inner Geekdom. My man had a killer year in a very notoriously difficult division with with a Rushmore of the Schmodown that's arguably still active. Depends on who you ask. But shout out to Amaru Moses in the chat for absolutely.
Shout out to Amaru Moses for beating my guy Saul. Appreciate it. Thank you.
And in front of a live
wonderful.
Let me just throw this on for the rest of the show.
It really, the whole live crowd aspect, especially like the biggest show of the year, like, it's Spectacular.
Yeah,
and it'll be the first big show back. Nikki, no pressure. I don't want to make this.
Hey man, I was shaking in here.
But this is, and I feel like it's gonna be like a whole weekend of like all of us being very appreciative that we get to go to the show and everything. But at the same time, like, damn, like, you're a part of the Suspects' end of the year. And
crazy.
I know, like, faction points and the whole future of factions is a whole damn thing. But for you and the rest of your faction, preparing for this moment, for the Spectacular, how has everything been with the usual suspects? I know Paige for Betty is awfully active. She's very vocal about that. Amaru Moses, and obviously your manager, Sam Levine.
Yeah.
Like you're if I'm not mistaken, you are the last or one of the last horses left for the suspects.
Yeah.
Shazam. No,
that's Merc.
No.
Yeah. Well, because I think Paige's match with Nooms goes live this week.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think that the suspects were out of the teams tournament, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and then IG, we obviously know where that ended up. So yeah, man, that's a true statement. Kind of scary, but yeah, no, they're all so supportive. Everybody is so supportive. Like Rue, when we were getting ready for that match, that man couldn't be supportive enough. Like he was just constantly like, do you need something? What can I do? Can I give you some questions? I'm like, you are the best. So, and Paige, she is MVP. Like, oh my God. If there was like an MVP for each team of like the go-getter, like the glue of the team, it would be Miss Betty, like no doubt. And Marie, she's just a wealth of knowledge.
Yes.
I can't say enough about her. And Sam is just Sam. He's the best. I love him. But yeah, everybody's super supportive, and it's been really fun to actually get to talk to these people.
And I again, I hate to be the downer, but next year's going to be looking a little bit different.
Oh yeah.
And regardless of what happens at Spectacular, I mean, we're hoping for the best, but after that, that's where things get a little bit like talk about taking glasses off. It'll look a little bit blurry.
Oh yeah.
But is that something like, I mean, even like, is that something the Demon Launchers are talking about? Like, hey, yo, maybe we just group up and we just wreck Star Wars for everybody.
Just form a Star Wars gang. Yeah.
Right.
That'd be cool. Cause yeah, I think the landscape's going to be very different next year. So I don't know, man. You know, I'm just gonna operate the way I've been this year, and you know, whatever happens, happens. That's just kind of how I like to go through life, because I can get myself wound up easily. So I'm just like, you know what, just let it happen. So if I'm not on the suspects, if I don't even get drafted, if I'm not on the same team as the people I'm on with now, it is what it is. At least I got to make friends.
Isn't she the most laid back person
Friendship.
ever? She's like so laid back.
Breaking news from the real Nikki DiMolante does not give a fuck. Like she's just gonna show up, show out, and if you don't like it, sucks. Like that.
Oh
sucks.
Well.
Right. Oh well.
And look,
I didn't get drafted. Oh well.
And look, we talked about, and
that's the cutest part. You think you're not going to get drafted, or you think you're not.
You're definitely getting drafted.
Like if you're getting drafted, or if someone's like, hey, you want to form a team? Like, no, you think no one's going to be like, hey, yo, Nikki, come on.
Exactly, but look at and I love Andrew, but you guys are polar opposite competitors. Yet you're the same because you both want to win. You're both driven, and I know this because you've told me some things behind the scenes. I think you guys are both driven, but you're so like, and even this year he's kind of stepped away from it, but he still gets very intense. Says where you, when you were stealing those, if you watch the match, you're stealing those points from goal leader. You're like in the mic. Oh yeah, that's the answer. Yeah. Oh, really? Oh yeah. I'll steal that too. I'll steal that too. Don't worry. As where Andrew would have been like, oh yeah, I'm stealing your lunch money. You ain't gonna do nothing about it. You know what? Just you're gonna have to learn to live with it. And so it's awesome to see you two so different, but yet so the same because you both are competitive. You've told me that how competitive you are. So I'm so excited.
That's why it'd be fun to see a teams match. I mean, I don't think we're ever going to see a Star Wars teams match, but wouldn't that be wild to see the two of us having to work together on a team? But it's like yin and yang, you know, balancing the force, whatever. So it would work out.
Whatever.
Dyad. It's a dyad, Nikki. It's a dyad.
Sure. She doesn't care. Like she just shows up and plays and beats everybody. Like that's all it is. I can't wait for tomorrow's like on the Reddit to be like DiMolante's bullies. Like bully
stealing lunch money? Question mark.
Like Sugar Smith and the Real said that the Demolantes steal lunch money. Like, are they the worst? And we just don't know. Like,
I mean, they're 4-0 versus the Damons. Just saying.
Wait,
3-0.
Well, if you're talking just Alex.
No, you're 4-0. Yeah, you're 4-0 versus the Damons. Demolantes are 4-0 from the Damons. They've been stealing the Damons lunch money since 5th grade, okay? And they're in high school.
Oh boy, way to make it real.
And just when Alex didn't hate them enough. But
yikes.
and I don't know Alex Damon. Like I'm just talking out of my ass. But the like I know like you're gonna be pretty busy tonight and we gotta let you go. But like holy shit, what a season. I will give him his flowers. Suge called the shit the second that we started talking about Star Wars tournaments.
Yeah.
And it was him and I on the show, and he was like, "Yo, what if Nikki runs to this tournament?" And I'm like, "Yo, I'm like that's a pretty good thought, but yo, it's a hit road."
What he meant to say is that's cute, Suge, but that's not gonna happen.
Say that. That's not.
I know that's what he wanted to say.
Who could blame him?
I can't.
We need to find it.
Look
We
at
need to
those
find
brackets.
That was during my hiatus. So
Nikki, if you ask Nikki then, which I'm not saying I agree with her, but if you ask Nikki then, Nikki's like, wait, I'm in the Star Wars tournament A.
I know we gotta let her go. But do you not remember? I gotta say this. Do you not remember when we had her on the show and we're like, oh, so when's the Star Wars bracket coming out? She's like, oh, I don't know. And then 5 minutes later, Christian tweeted it, and we're like, who do you think you're gonna play? And she's like, oh, I don't know. I don't even know.
I forgot she lied to us. To tweet out stuff about the Schmodown either right after this show ends or in the middle of it.
Yeah, it was hilarious. It was pretty hilarious.
That did happen.
It did. We let you guys. No, we let you go. And now 10 minutes later, it came up, and then Chris propped it up, and he's like, "Debbie lied to us. She knew she was playing it this week." It was hilarious.
No, I forgot that happened.
It was hilarious. It was hilarious. But I Camera Corey. Yeah, once in a while I'm right. Okay, once in a while I am right. But I think Demi, I am so excited. And before you get out of here, last question: what are you, other than the Schmodown, other than the tournament, what are you most excited about to be in LA? Are you here for the tacos, Disneyland?
Oh, well, we're only in there for a very short time, so we don't have much time to do anything else. I'm just excited to meet people. I mean, I don't know if all of you guys are gonna be there,
yes,
but I'm just
all be there. I live in LA, so I'm stuck.
Oh, true.
We come in to visit.
Oh my god, that's what I'm excited about. I'm excited to get to meet people.
Suge's just ready to party with everyone.
Yeah,
I really am. I'm really trying to get Andrew to go take some shots of Jaeger with me. You know, that's what I'm trying to do.
God.
She said, "Oh,
Jaeger." He might take shots of like vodka with you. I don't know about Jaeger.
Whatever.
Yo, that's.
I'm getting my liver ready. I'm giving my liver ready. I'm drinking.
What if you know what? Should Nikki's probably bullshitting us again, and she like Andrew probably just like he's like, wait, I love Jaeger.
He's like, nope.
No, you know why? Because we were just tailgating for a UCF game, and we both did a shot of Jaeger. We were like, this is this.
Were you the tailgate that just went viral on TikTok and whatnot?
Oh, I don't think so. It was a couple weekends ago. Probably not.
The homecoming tailgate. There was this huge brawl that went out, and this dude was. Kept the grill going. Brawl. The grill's moving.
The Demon Lonza's out here starting fights.
I was like,
right. You just see Nikki like co-cocking people. She's like, she's all Star Wars tournament champ.
I'm gonna walk up there at Spectacular like Nikki, and she's like, "What?" Like,
most people will use like brass knuckles. No,
have
a saber in the hand. Extra.
The bow.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. That's nuts.
Amr said he had to save them ribs. You're damn right he did.
Yeah, right? Yes, he did. I'm gonna.
Well, Nikki, it's been awesome having you. Thank you so much. Can't wait to talk to you at Spectacular.
Yes.
I think we will have. Hopefully, Spin for the Real will be there to do
and coherent enough.
Yeah, and hopefully coherent.
One of us will be.
Hell yeah.
And we'll get to talk to you then, and Andrew.
Coherent.
But congratulations, Nikki. Honestly, it's what you did. Amazing. Be very proud. Andrew should be very proud of you. You and everybody that's Usual Suspects fan should be proud of you because you did something pretty amazing. And I can't wait to see what happens at Spectacular.
Damn right.
Thanks, guys. Thank you for having me. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
I'm just glad I was able to be a part of it this time.
Me too.
Yeah, Matt missed Nick's
I came in as she left.
Oh yeah. Oh, because we had that was the same that we had. We had Double Dimmy.
Yeah. Double Dimmy episode.
Oh right. I was going to ask that. Like it's like everyone said like Dimmy, but it's Dimmalanta.
Yeah.
So when it Dimmy?
No, because Dimmy has nothing to do with Dimmalanta. Like Dimmalanta,
she
Dimmy.
told us the story.
Nothing to do with
I
that.
remember the story, but it's not Dimmy.
No, it's not
No.
Dimmy because it's Dimmy, and then
Right,
there's
right.
Dimolanta. Two separate entities.
And Christian doesn't still say it right. He says
I was
Dimolanta.
Dimmy before I changed my name and got married to him. I was
Duly noted.
Dimmy. My friends were calling me Dimmy before we even got married.
Duly noted.
So
Duly
yeah,
noted.
Dimmy different than Dimolanta.
It's like Bruce Wayne and Batman, never in the same room together.
There you go.
There you go.
It's just a coincidence.
Yeah, it's a happy
It's
coincidence.
a happy accident.
Before you go, Nikki, let everybody know where they can find you and all your podcasts.
Damn right.
Oh God, the part that I'm shit at. Okay, so you can find me on Twitter. I'm at Dimmy at DEIMMMYYY. You can listen to me and Andrew say stuff about the Schmodown on Beyond the Schmodown on like YouTube and probably Anchor and whatever Spotify and stuff like that. Andrew has a TikTok where he likes to make a lot of Star Wars content.
Best thing
Shock,
ever.
I know.
Best
He
thing
is
ever.
Rogue Leader Drew on TikTok, and yeah. That's where you can go listen to us say stuff about Schmodown and Star Wars.
Make sure to check out their Sunday podcast, which has nothing to do with Schmodown.
Oh yeah.
It's awesome. It hit me really hard when they said it on Beyond the Schmodown, but they were like, it was on Halloween, and they're talking about their daughter. She's like, I don't want you shoving sugar down your throat, and she goes, well, wait a minute, it's Halloween. God,
It's all sugar.
it's all sugar.
It's all
That-
sugar.
it hit it. Isn't it the worst as a parent? You're not allowed to eat it, and then you're like, you take their peanut butter cups, and you're eating them, and you're like,
Yeah. Well, no,
Why
they're
are
in
you
our
eating them?
closet. They're in our
They're in
closet.
the
So we can
closet?
shame eat them. Yeah.
It's
So she
like
doesn't see us.
punched over.
Hey, we all need midnight snacks.
Yeah, man.
exactly.
She's already forgotten it's in there, and then
mean-
we just go in there like,
To be fair, I took my godson out, and I got the hey. I took you out, so here's my tax.
caretaker tax. Yeah.
Andrew
Exactly.
said the same thing. He goes, "This is the dad tax." I mean, it's
Exactly.
just and she
You're not paying
forgot.
rent. You got to give me something. So, you know.
It's one day a year, it won't hurt anybody. Well, Nikki, thank you
Yes.
so much, and we'll probably chat
God
with you
bless.
before
God bless.
Spectacular, but we'll see you there.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes, I'm excited to see you. I'm not excited for the other stuff, but I'm excited to see you guys.
Have a great night, Dimmy.
Have
You
a
good,
good
Nikki?
night.
You guys too.
Nikki Dimolanta, everybody. Oh my gosh.
Woo.
Yo, I'm telling you, bro. She's like S tier spin from the real guest. Like, I swear to God. Like,
She's
we got her on
awesome.
thrice. That was her she said yes 3 times to come on our wax show on some shit. Like, oh my God. That's I'm so grateful.
And she was
So-
giving
and
us
to all
hearts in the
folks in the
background
Suspect.
before she left and all that. Just
Yeah, she's so sweet. And to all the the Suspects have been really good to us this year.
Yes.
Very appreciative. I know I was folks just give competitors their flowers just because, but seriously, we love the folks that take the time out to come on our show. I know not everybody
Yes.
can, but we are very appreciative, very much appreciative that people come on, and because it's been a whole last year. It's been
And especially
crazy.
to Nikki and Andrew, because they have a show and they actually shout us out a lot. They talk about us a lot.
Yeah.
So shout out to Andrew and Nikki.
Yes.
Really appreciate both of them because like this, they started off with fans and then also to they've progressed into one of the pillars of this community.
yes.
I think Andrew, especially Andrew, is one of the best community persons, even though he had those the heel work. He's always been great for the community.
Corey Cameron did that.
Thank you, Corey.
Thank you, Corey.
Thanks, Corey.
Thank you.
Yo, and
We got one. We got one.
That's all we care about. And Beyond the Schmodown, yes, Beyond the Schmodown
Yeah,
is
yes.
amazing. I was hoping their episode would be up before she came on, but it's not. It just came up, so I'm gonna watch it after we get done with this. As I'm watching the Steelers just intercept the Chicago Bears.
No,
FYI,
I'm
Chris.
getting play-by-play notifications.
Yes,
so
just so you know.
I'm well aware of what's going on. What's
Yeah.
going on over there in Pittsburgh. But it's besides the point. We got some movie trivia to talk about.
Let's talk about it. What's been going on this week? I kind of been missing because of new job, new things. But let's talk about it. What's going on in the movie trivia Schmodown?
We're really wrapping up these. Your mic's muted, Matt. We're wrapping up these tournaments.
With
And
upsets galore.
Right. That's been the theme of the last few weeks. Really, the theme of these two tournaments has been a bunch of upsets, people who are surprising, or maybe just they could be surprising, but in a bad way as well.
Yeah.
Folks not being the competitors that we thought they would be, or whatever. What was the first match that was released last Wednesday?
That would be Kalinowski and Janine.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's TKO.
So
Upset City, the week of upsets, the year of the woman. This is what Schmodown 2021 has been.
we talked about it a lot on Friday, and if y'all had missed our Schmo Me the Real with our boy Brandon Buck of Schmo Me the Money, and Jeff was there for a second, even though he was hanging out with you, Matt, in Cleveland.
No,
But
the second time I was already gone. I was in bed.
Oh yeah, the second that he was waiting for a lift. But we had a long conversation about Janine the Machine, and she has been this is the she may have had some tough L's this year, but her performances and losses on top of the wins that she's had, like this is the Janine that we've always expected, and the Janine that is just wrecking shop. And like, say what you want about Mike in singles. I know like people will say like it's his weakest of the 3 divisions that he plays, but Danny's still good in it. He's still all right in it.
Maybe you shouldn't play it anymore.
And I'm not going to go that far, but
I say this because he's so strong in IG. I don't want to see a Mike Kalinowski stretch himself thin and just start losing it in other areas. People, Chris, you're the biggest corruption stand that I know. Would you not hate it if he just fell off because he was trying to stretch himself so thin amongst all these different divisions?
We saw it last year with Chance Ellison, like towards like the late stretch of the 2020 season. Like he got stretched thin, and then we saw what happened in Spectacular, with the match that he had against Dandapani. So of course I wouldn't want to see Mike stretched thin, but if he's confident and if he can do it, then by all means let him. Especially if you're running out of options within your faction. But he took his dubs when he could, but Janine's performances this year have been top notch in singles and teams when we gotten to see her just absolutely be like just eviscerating her opponents. Like she ran in, she was in that initial like little baby tournament that got us to the Marisol Ethan Irwin match. And even then in the Valiant loss, Marisol needed her 5 to beat her. And that's talking to like, we're talking about a future singles champ and someone who is like, Marisol was highly touted and Janine took her to the damn brink, So coming into this, Janine, I know we didn't have a show last week, so we didn't get to do predictions, but it was going to be hard to pick against Janine. It really would have been based on what we've seen so far. So, it sucks that Mike's singles time is done for this year, but now he can focus on Inner Geekdom and Robert Parker at Spectacular. But Janine the Machine, dude, holy shit.
Yeah, showed up and showed out. I mean, that's what we've been talking about. We a lot of people have believed in Janine. A lot of people have said, this is, like you said, Chris, this is Janine that we've been expecting. And so now, it's going to be awesome to kind of see her, see how she does against Dan Murrell. Murrell, it's going to be a really tough matchup for her, but I think right now she's on a good run. This is my camera's all messed up. What the hell is going on?
Before we continue, do we have the schedule for the rest of the month?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure.
So Christian put it up with a lot of this person, but
winner of this plays winner.
Yeah, but it has been updated now. So
cool.
So this week we have the Wednesday match: Paige for Betty versus Griffin Newman.
Oh God.
Then we have Brendan Meyer versus the Barbarian.
Oh, great.
Then we have Dan Murrell versus Janine the Machine.
Also, Janine's match is again on Friday. And then do we have a pay-per-view?
And that's exactly what I have to get to. The pay-per-view is the team's final with King Arthur and Press Room.
Oh, God. And I know, like, we're going to talk about Press Room in a second, but
upset
Janine is, like, going up against Dan, like, that's... If you want to challenge in singles, Dan Murrell's one hell of a challenge. And he, like, that's the guy, So we'll get to that when we do predictions later in the show, but Janine's having herself one hell of a year. And I know we talked about her a lot on Friday with Comeback Player of the Year, we had that whole discourse. And I think Janine's bar none, like Well, I wouldn't say bar none.
She's in
Like JT,
conversation. She's
JT puts up
without
a
a doubt.
fight,
Yeah.
but to me, it's JT and Janine.
And no Andrew Demolanta?
I wouldn't consider Andrew a comeback player.
Nobody besides you considers that a comeback, and I understand your reasoning for it.
That's not true. Literally go. Well, no, that was. Well, then they're all idiots.
like Andrew.
Simple as that. They're all idiots.
Andrew did exactly what a lot of folks expected him to do last
Exactly.
Star Wars tournament, and he had that rough loss that Suge eloquently explained.
Rough. That was heartbreaking.
And that was the one loss that he had, and
finished the year 2 and 3,
and like he jumped into the season
and went 3 and 1,
and he crushed it. But I think Janine had a less like she.
Thank you, Chris, for proving my point.
1-1 with and that win was very convincing.
I don't want to argue against Andrew right now. But I'm still putting JT and Janine
and
before
here another player that can be talked about in this is another one we're going to be talking about tonight, and that's David Del Rio. So
right. That's so disrespectful.
Suge Knight has been canceled for not supporting.
Why?
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. So
right, Latino violence over here is from the real. Jesus. Corey Cameron in the chat. Only reason I wouldn't put Andrew in there because he was already given the title shot once Ace lost. Sure, totally. And again,
well, because remember the rules back then was if you won more than one match in Star Wars, because we didn't have the caliber.
There's like five people in the division.
Hold on. Yeah. Not only that, that was the first time we had a real full-on Star Wars tournament, and it just followed every other tournament's rules, where the runner-up gets the title shot right away.
And let's not act like Andrew is going to get a butt ton of love at the upcoming.
Oh, he's winning. If he's not winning moment of the year, that's a shame because he absolutely should win moment of the year.
Depends on Spectacular.
We don't know what moments are going to happen at Spectacular.
The moment when Suge runs on stage when Demi wins.
It's not the real by proxy.
Harper lost. God damn it! This is like the worst for me. Like every time a Demolanta plays Harper, I gotta be torn, and I don't want to be.
See, the second, and for all those watching live and on the replay, if and when Suge rushes the stage Spectacular, just know that the next
gonna stop
in the reel,
who's gonna stop?
And that's my point. The next fifth in the reel will probably be our last because we'll get blacklisted by the Movie Trivia Schmodown. So just to put that out there now, before Spin for the Reel just goes away after Spectacular, after Suge rushed the stage. But besides the point, Genie and the Machine had a great match against Mike Kalinowski. And again, I don't want to hear any Mike's not good at singles. I don't want to hear that.
He's not good at singles.
And Matt, you are a load of shit. But I don't want to diminish Janine's win. I think it's a good statement win for Janine. And if she beats Dan, it's even 10. That's a statement win tenfold because
if she beats Dan, she's comeback player of the year.
Then there we go. But we'll have a discussion next week.
I'm not going that far. No, I'm not going that far.
Why is JT still up there for you?
Yeah, she needs to win the tournament to solidify herself as comeback player.
Wow.
To solidify it, because at the end of the day, there are multiple players with valid arguments, and she had a close match with Marisol. Okay.
Great.
She had a close match stepping into Snyder's team partner. Both of those are still losses.
Arguably the best teams match ever.
Yeah. Both of those still losses.
You know what, Jeremy? I kind of agree with him.
I agree with him. But then again, we don't have to worry about that because digital's done after this year. Unless it's FCL, baby.
And for the audio listeners, Jeremy Miller in the chat asks, how do we feel about Mike wanting spinners and opponent's choice removed from the wheel, at least digitally? Why wouldn't you? Especially with all those opponent's choices.
It seems like it happens it's either spinners or opponents, and there's almost no in between. I mean, think about it. We have a shirt in our shop that says Wheel Slice of the Week, opponent's choice.
Right. It's nuts, you know. And
What's up, Reef?
I see Reefism in the chat. What's up, y'all? Excited for Rocky Drago.
Hell yeah, I am.
Coming this week?
Yeah. Chris ain't gonna be able to see it in the theater though.
No.
Chris, you know what I'm excited about? Ghostbusters Live comes out
next
in like 8 days.
What
Yeah.
comes out?
Ghostbusters.
I see. Oh, Rich. By the way, Spin from the Reel starting an hour later next week because I have to work.
Yes, because Matt gets to see movies before us plebes do. So that's
I wasn't going there. You the one who went there.
Hey, you did that before the show started. I don't want to hear it. So, but we'll stop Reefism in the chat. I see you. What was Thursday? Press Room and Danger Zone. This, like, talk about, I don't want to say upset of the year because Press Room's been pretty darn good, but this definitely was a hell of a way for Danger Zone to end their season. Like, I don't want to say surprised, but Press Room now making their way to the team's tournament final against King Arthur, 2 rookie teams. And one of them making their debut in this tournament in King Arthur. That's a hell of a run for both squads. Well, Press Room was impressive earlier too.
No, for sure. But let's talk about the disappointing year this year, Chris. Of your favorite player.
Let's have this discourse. You know what? Let's have the discourse. Let's talk about it.
Oh my goodness.
Let's talk about it.
Oh my god. I'm not gonna crap on Ben.
Piss me off, Shug. No, I'm kidding.
No, I'm not.
No, we can talk about it now because the season's done.
Dragon's already.
Say it again. Say it again.
We can talk about it now
because
the Ben Bateman season's done.
There you go. I just want to make sure you know that, Chris.
I said to y'all whenever we started yelling at each other about this Latino and Latino violence, I said let's wait till Leo Merle missing his 3 change things, but let's. I said earlier and I'll say it again here. I wanted to wait for his season to be over before we had this conversation. Now the season's done for Ben Bateman because Dan still has to match on Friday, and we'll see pending future what happens with Dan. But for Danger Zone as a collective, the idea of super teams, with the exception of a few, don't work. They don't work.
No, you can't say that.
What do you mean?
They were in the finals.
Roca and Merle worked.
Yeah, like Danger Zone, they won the team
tournament.
William Harrell coming in hot in the chat.
That's true.
William
they
Harrell.
Did, but here's the thing, you can. As much as I want to crap on Ben Bateman, they did win a tournament.
He won the tournament, played for a title.
Normally, we don't have 2 teams tournaments.
Correct.
Normally, we have 1.
Facts.
They won the tournament, so you can't say that. Hold up, sorry, my daughter put her shirt on backwards.
You're good. Like having the one team's tournament earlier in the year definitely changed things for really the whole team's division. But that's when Danger Zone they cleaned house, they beat some quality teams. It's just they ran into the corruption squad, and they had to, it pumped the brakes on what was another big super team that was placed together, and they didn't necessarily live up to expectation. And it's not that they played bad. Danger Zone has not played bad all year.
They haven't.
It's just look at the quality of teams. Like,
and I think the second tournament
team is killer.
And I think the second tournament had so much pressure on them, and then, along with Ben Bateman being hurt, things like that, I think it was a lot of pressure on them.
Oh yeah. And we talked about in this show before with Ben himself, and y'all love to mention to me how Ben Bateman said himself, like, if I don't win a belt this year, it's a disappointment for a season, especially with how he set himself up and how the dungeons set themselves up at the top. Like when you have a solidified 3 up there and you're starting off your singles and teams with Ben Bateman and Dan Merle, 2 of the best players to ever play in the Schmodown, and you don't reach a belt when you put them together as a team, like of course it's going to be disappointing. But now that the season's done, at least for why get that off the screen? I don't want to see that. I get it. What really? Yo, Real Sports every Tuesday.
Just updating the people. Just
Chris,
this is in the private chat.
Chris,
put it in the private
chat.
Chris,
this is his payback for you ditching your plans with him without telling him until the day.
Priorities. I had to
spending time with Suge isn't a priority.
Suge calls me in the middle of a damn day, and I will happily sit there and talk to him. But I got to do for Chris's sake, which will be up tomorrow, talking about a man named Scott.
It,
the new Kid
yeah,
Cudi
it still
documentary.
hasn't invited me on his podcast.
Jesus Christ.
You know what, Matt? Let's just go this way, okay? This is
I
how
mean,
Spin from the Real goes from now on.
This dude wants to talk about a man named Scott, but won't even talk about Cudi's new song with Jay-Z from The Harder They Fall. One of the best movies of the year. Oh,
Wow.
I can't believe Chris just left like that. He just
Chris
left like
disrespecting people.
This man just was like, because it's not good, and then dropped. How could he do that? How could he do that?
Already Home is a better Jay-Z Kid Cudi collaboration. Like it's not the best. It's not even the best song that Kid Cudi's been a part of this year. I
didn't say it was his best song of the year. I just said it was a banger.
It's cool. The Jay verses, like they're all right, and I love hearing Scott on stuff. But again, that's for Chris's sake tomorrow, wherever you listen to your podcast. Refism talk more about Rocky for the director's cut. And I bet we'll have something. Maybe we'll have something on the channel.
Maybe if Chris doesn't work Thursday, he'll go see it.
Maybe. Do I don't know. I might be working for the doctor on that day, but who knows?
I know. I heard about that. You're Dr. Seuss.
I am. I'm working for
me?
Dr. Seuss. No, that's Jay-Z's job. Jay-Z can rap for you. But
I didn't say rap. I did not say rap.
Rhyme. I heard rap.
Rhyme.
Can I rhyme? You put me on the spot. Too much pressure. Press Room Danger Zone. That was a match that happened this past Thursday. And
boy,
shut the fuck up. Don't.
Your boys didn't show up.
You were gonna say choke. You know what the fuck you meant. Don't disrespect. No. Let the chat show. Matt was
Chris,
gonna say,
let me finish
your
my
boy
statement.
choked. I don't want to hear the
I said, I was amending my statement. The boys
know what you mean. I know what you mean now. You can amend whatever the hell you want.
Dan choked. Ben did not. Dan did, however.
You said your boy, and you know you're talking about Ben.
Stop
lying.
Stop lying.
I was stopping myself
because you're like, oh no, I'm lying to Chris. He's immediately gonna call me out on my bullshit.
I was saying boys. I said boys.
Yo, you're more of a Dan stan than I am. Sam, I am. Is that good for you, Shug?
Hey, I was a big
green eggs and ham.
I have no issue admitting I was a big Dan and Ben stan. But you want to know what? They went the way of the Miami Heat and said, we teaming up. And I said, nope.
Damn. See, guys, Matt ain't loyal. Let the record show.
So, you know what they say? Hey, Chris, you know what they say? These hoes ain't loyal.
They ain't loyal. No, they ain't loyal at all. Jamie Miller in the chat. Both didn't have the best first rounds. That's why Press Room stayed in the game. And I second that notion. And we've seen matches this year with Danger Zone where one of them would lack more than the other in the first round, and they would scathe by, just enough to make it towards the end. Because it's two of the best players to play in the Schmoedown ever, regardless of division. And the day they both have a rough first round, they will both tell you that that's the kiss of death, especially in a match like this, especially against a team like this. Perry Nemiroff cannot be slept on in the Schmoedown. Folks have been doing it for years, and
they folks have been shitting on Perry for like
right.
Perry needs to be giving her respect. I gotta say that. Like,
is she sporadic?
Is she streaky and sporadic? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But when she's on, she's on.
Right. And Josh Horowitz has had one bad performance this year. And besides that,
one loss. One loss.
And he's been stellar since, we're having this whole conversation about Danger Zone. But I think this says way more about Press Room and what they have going on going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm gonna give the Mercs' B team. This is the Mercs B team, y'all. Like they already have Shazam. Like Shazam, that's rad. But now you add Perry Nemiroff and Josh Horowitz to the mix, putting them together as a team for the first teams tournament. And now they're in the final facing off against King Arthur. That's one dope ass teams final.
It's daddy.
And I am very interested to see these two rookie teams face off against each other. Me personally, when we get to that point, I'm already leaning a certain way, but it's going to be a killer pay-per-view. It'll be a killer pay-per-view. because this would be rad.
It's next week, is it? Is it next week?
That's this Friday, show.
Yeah.
The last pay-per-view before Spectacular, of course, will take place this Friday, and it's
Hold
one
on,
hell of one.
I'm double checking that statement.
Because I think the regular Friday release
next week is a normal Friday release.
Yeah. So
What's
this
normal?
is the final pay-per-view pre-spectacular.
It's gonna be a goodie, but the press room, y'all, like they ain't here to play around. And again, this is the Mercs B team. This is what they had going on when Shazam was crushing it throughout the whole year. So all love to Josh Horowitz and Perry Nemiroff. Like Josh was killing it, Perry's killing it. It's gonna be interesting.
Arrived.
Right. So that Thursday match. Well, now it'll be this upcoming Friday's pay-per-view match. And Friday was Bibiani Del Rio.
Yes.
Dave's season has been pretty darn weird, right? Like from the draft, getting dropped, being put in a singles tournament, getting matches, and really after he got dropped, he was getting matches already. And he's been kind of like he had some rough patches, especially that match against James White, Suge's boy. But put him up against William Bibiani. Bibbs was a favorite from the jump in the singles tournament. It was hard to bet against William Bibiani.
Yes.
And in this situation, he just ran into one of the better 3-round players ever in Bibbs, you know?
Well, you also got to keep in mind, if Dave doesn't have that as bad of a first round as he does, Dave actually wins that.
But like, right, and he carried that over from the James White match, you know?
Yep.
Like the stumbles, and yeah, he picked it up, but you're playing against Bibbs, who can casually go perfect on any given day, you know? So I was very much, I don't want to say bummed. No, I don't want to say disappointed, but I will say I was bummed to see Dave's season end like this, because his name's been thrown around a lot the last 6 months, or roughly 6 months, for a multitude of reasons. And he did wonders for the dungeon. Wonders. Like I love what Dave Del Rio was doing this season. Until, he ran into Bibiani. You muted.
Apparently, I was muted. Yeah, I mean it. But you know what though? Like he I liked his interview afterwards. And he talked about how he was excited to play, how much things like that, and so I think that when you take Bibbs to his 5, kind of gotta pat yourself on the back. And kind of
valiant loss.
Yeah. I mean, other people haven't done that well against Bibiani, so it was a situation I think Del Rio should be proud of. I hope to see him back next year because he seems like he's invested in the Schmodown, and it's awesome to see. Obviously, being Latino that I am, it's nice to see someone like me playing in the league. So.
And you got Chris, who represents the half black, half Latino. This is why it's a perfect show. Look at this. You got the black guy, you got the Latino guy, and you got the mixture right below. It's perfect.
I thought you were white.
Matt is white.
Why you gotta bring that? Nobody. When people see me, they don't realize I'm half. Why you gotta throw me under the bus?
Yo, boom. Matt's hold on, wait a minute. Sugar, Matt is black, almost. White. But the thing with almost. Nah, we're a very diverse group over here. We are a very diverse group, and I want to piggyback off of that, like the whole representation aspect of things. Matt and I will champion black competitors in this league, as we should, as everybody should, because there aren't too many of them. And we talk about the female representation, how they're absolutely crushing it this year. We just got them talking about Perry Nemiroff, But on the Latinos, we don't talk about lack of representation. We don't have too many of them running around either.
No, I think with Claudia Dolph, David Del Rio, Ace.
Oh God,
half of Ben Goddard.
There aren't too many.
Not really.
And not saying the ones we listed are all of them, but there aren't too many. And seeing Dave, especially how successful he's been, he was in one of my favorite matches of the past couple of years with him and Chance Ellison from the last singles tournament. And like that match, I'll never forget watching it. And it was so rad seeing one of my faves against a new fave in Dave Del Rio. And when he got picked up this year by the Den and all this stuff happened with the drop and the release, whatever. But the dungeon suited him well, apparently. And he just had a great season. And he did a lot for them. I think on Friday, just to get my one Den dig in for Suge, he got more singles and teams points than the dungeon's top 2 picks.
Shut your mouth, okay? I'm gonna start calling you ASG. All right.
Shout out to ASG.
Shout out to ASG, but shut your mouth. Okay. I'm happy about it.
My man's my man.
That haterade.
ASG. He gets a lot of shit, but he said that was fact what he said. Like he said on our show this past Friday, and that was a fact. So seeing what Del Rio does next season, I hope he's in a better position. I don't know what his life would look like, his career would look like, but Bibiani, I think someone mentioned in the Facebook group or on Reddit or something, like depending on how far Meyer and Bibiani go, we got to start talking about them for Player of the Year as well. Because looking at Shazam's success this whole year, and if one of them wins the singles tournament and goes to Spectacular,
don't we always just assume they're so good?
Yeah.
Like we always assume they're just so good. And if you think about it, Meyer just beat Adam Collins, who beat him last year.
Yeah.
And he's going to be going up against
Barbarian.
If he beats Barbarian and either plays Janine or Dan Merle, it's going to be very interesting. I think I would favor Kid in those matchups because Dan Merle's been struggling this year.
Yeah, Dan is, ever since he lost the title, it seems like we're seeing a completely different man, and he seems more like the Dan we got when he returned to the league.
We've been seeing that a lot lately. There's been a trend of like those folks that we put on a pedestal, like the OGs of the Schmodown, and we're like, oh, like it's insert name here that played in season 3. Like we put them on a pedestal, and when they don't live up to expectation, it's like, oh shit, like is this Dan's last year? Is this Roka's last year, which apparently is confirmed?
I said it's Dan's last year. So
yeah, you did say that. That was your bold statement on Friday, and that was one hell of a bold statement. But like we saw what happened to Snyder, we saw what happened to Andraco, and we may be seeing some more of the OGs, like maybe work their way out or have to adapt to this new Schmodown. Look at the names we still got going on. Barbarian's been around not as long as damn Merle, you know.
This is year 3 for Barbarian.
Yeah, he's been here for a minute.
Year 2. This is year 2.
Right. So he's been around for a literal minute. Yeah, Griffey Newman's still in there. Paige for Betty is in there. Like we got a bunch of rooks and fresher faces in the singles tournament. And look at the teams tournament. Perry Nemiroff is the only player that played last year that's left in the teams tournament. Griffey, Khan, and Horowitz are the other 3 competitors. So we're seeing a lot of fresh faces, and just imagine what season 9 has to offer when we get to those fresh faces. When we get there, of course, because we still have 2 weeks and Spectacular to talk about. But William Bibiani, we also need him and Brendan Meyer, depending on how these matches go. Gotta start thinking about them for Player of the Year too.
Yes.
Like especially with all that Shazam shit. Like they're crushing it in teams, crushing it.
They really
are.
My
God. And the other Friday match was the pay-per-view, and we talked with Nikki DiMolanta. Again, if you missed our talk with Nikki DiMolanta, scrub the video back.
Yeah.
Or if you're watching this after the fact, you already saw it. Great, cool. Let's do Will Slice.
Whoa. Oh yeah, Will
Slice.
I'm gonna go with.
I'm going with Force Awakens. Exactly. I was like, I'm going Force Awakens. Force Awakens, man.
Screen 5. Come on.
The other way.
There we go.
I mean, it's easy to go Force Awakens. Yeah, I'm gonna go Force Awakens.
Hey,
I'm very excited to see Nikki play Thomas. Like, I am very, very, very. This may be low key, regardless of how the tournaments go. I think DiMolanta Harper's my most anticipated match in Spectacular.
Do you know I put in
Johnson
the Facebook
classics
group,
too.
I put in the Facebook group today. I think the way Spectacular should go should be, I think it should go Roka's retirement match first, IG teams, Star Wars, then singles. I think you finish the show with two women. If Paige doesn't or Janine doesn't make it in the singles tournament, two women, or no, they would. Never mind. There was no matter what they would be in the final match.
Yeah.
Two women headlining the final match. And if Perry wins, if Perry gets there,
Yeah,
I think
teams.
you go Roka, IG teams, and you finish it off with three women playing.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna push back on that idea. I like the idea and concept, but you also have to factor in, depending on who wins the teams and singles tournaments, that's probably how the schedule is gonna get set. Because so right now, Griffin Newman is in the teams tournament final this Friday. Cool. If he beats let's say he beats Paige, and then he beats Bibbs.
Yeah, but that fits.
Let me finish.
But Matt, that fits. There's a match in between before
that's still not a lot of time.
How's that not a lot of time? Bibbs played Bibbs played Bateman, then he played a teams matchup. And I was at that Spectacular.
I know, but I didn't. Here's my thing. I didn't like that, and players who have played in multiple matches have spoken out against having to play back to back. So I think realistically, you do Roka. If you get Griffey in both the teams and singles, you do Roka teams, then IG, then Star Wars, then singles.
We could see if Brendan Meyer can win the singles tournament, Bibiani can win the singles tournament, and they may be pulling double duty as well.
And see that, and that's my thing. Because what if Brendan Meyer wins? What if Bibbs wins? I still would do the same thing. I do Roka teams.
I think you're gonna run it. I think you're gonna run it in a situation no matter what. So, but I'm just saying Star Wars and singles should be the last two matches.
And I agree with you there. I'm just saying. I guess my reasoning is because there's a chance that three of the competitors are playing
two matches.
So the best way to do it would just at least give them a 2-match buffer, so they can have time to adjust mindset, focus on the strengths and weaknesses of those players. So,
frankly, I'm just, and I know on Friday, and I won't rehash my entire thought on it. I think I said that Star Wars should kick off the show solely because my pro wrestling brain's like, you want a match that'll get the crowd hype, that'll incite instant, immediate reaction, especially now for how Star Wars has done this season. You have Nikki DiMolanta and Thomas Harper, two rooks, both of them undefeated, and they're both awfully beloved by the community. And you pit them against one another in a match, and that's how you start your show, and you build.
I don't think you do that. Look at, I'm gonna be honest with you.
I like.
How many people we know that, but we know the IG match, and nobody's excited about it.
Because the IG tournament ended weeks ago, and
I know, but nobody like this match. You should be like, "Oh, I'm hyped for this."
Right, but
nobody's hyped for it.
And
I'm not trying to shit on Mike or Parker, but nobody's hyped for it.
I just think the gravity of the other matches
are big.
Yeah. So, and we don't know the good thing yet if it's even happening, right? Or who he's gonna play if it does happen. But like as of right now, and again, just using my pro wrestling brain, that Star Wars should kick it off if I were the one booking. But
no, I'm with Shug.
Jeremy, I hate this if they do that.
I'm with Shug. Star Wars needs to be the second to last match. I'm with that 110% because Thomas Hart, like Thomas.
If it was up to me, that main event. If it was up to me, that's main event in this show.
I can't do that because you had a female champion and she defended. So you need to get headlining.
No, totally. Like, and I understand the singles, but I'm biasly putting Nikki and Thomas there.
I know you're biasly, but let's here, Chris. Here's the other bias. You just talked about we should be championing black and talent of color and other people at POC. Marisol is a black female champion. She is a double minority who just defended the title. She just defended the title,
Sure.
so she deserves the respect of
No,
being
no,
the headline.
I don't
And
think you're
Christian's on the
disrespecting.
record and saying
Yeah,
that
but I
she will
don't
be
think
an
you're
event.
disrespecting her, Matt, by saying, because if you're looking at it in the vacuum of Schmodown, to be honest with you, 100%, unless it's Paige for Brady, Star Wars is the most compelling because you have two undefeated rookies playing for the belt.
I think the story's better with
The
Star Wars.
story is huge.
The
Marisol's
huge,
story is
but
big,
but
it's
stakes of
not
what the stakes of what her defending again would mean is why I focus.
We're talking about apples and oranges, and either way, I'd be cool with Star Wars and singles being the last two matches of the show. I'm looking at it from a pro wrestling standpoint, thinking the big hype match should start, like how an intercontinental ladder match will open your shows at WrestleMania or something. But it's probably going to be singles main, or it will be singles main eventing, and Star Wars will maybe be the sub main event. And now, don't get me wrong, I will be just as hype as I was if it opened.
I honestly think if Christian he needs to put that. You have two undefeated rookies playing for a belt.
And one of them, huge. And the champion beat the other's husband to be in his position.
I would only Corey, I agree with you. I would just be like what Matt said. I probably switch teams in Roca, simply if whoever wins has to play in the singles title, they have 3 matches in between. That would give them 3 matches.
Well, here also think about this.
I wouldn't be surprised if Corey's right.
Well, what the faction standings may be at that time may also set what this order is.
I don't think that should have a bearing.
No, I'm just talking about because I say this from Chris wanted to bring up storyline. From a storyline aspect, let's say we have a faction within like 2 points of it's a 2-point difference.
I get what you're saying, but I don't think that should bear on how you schedule. I think you need to.
Wait, Shug.
I just saw your private chat comment, Matt. It's funny as hell. Continue.
Shug. Scheduling wise, that would make the most sense because you're putting the matches like I say this because it helps build the drama. Because if you stack up matches that actually matter, like really matter, especially for standings, the excitement keeps building throughout the event. And
okay, so I get what you're saying, but again, I don't think you should schedule around factions. I think you start off with IG because that's going to be a competitive, tough matchup. I don't think we're not going to get a KO or anything like that. Then you have the teams match where you have a dominant team possibly playing against a rookie team. So that might go 2 or 1 ways. That could go a blowout or unexpected win or a close match. It could go 3 ways. But we're assuming it's one of those 2. Then you have the Roca match, I think, which is going to put everybody to sleep. Okay, let's be honest. And then you get hyped for 2 undefeated rookies to play for a belt.
Roca's the bathroom match.
Should really and I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying I wouldn't be shocked if, based off of how things in the standings look, if Christian decides to, or Grace decides to schedule it to where you have the matches that matter up top. I agree with you that it shouldn't be, but I wouldn't be shocked if we saw it that way, is what I'm saying.
Corey Cameron bringing up his POV. As a fan, I would want the faction race to be the story and save the faction title clincher as late as possible. I hated that the race was won out of the first match last year. Yeah, that's
another reason I say this, because we knew what the race was after the first match. We knew the champion was, and you kind of like, oh.
And Collins played for fun. He played just for the belt, and that's it. You know.
Well, we knew because it was taped, and I don't think people are gonna realize what faction standings are while we're there.
No,
first off, Matt, we're gonna be.
They are going to know because
everyone's gonna be drunk.
No, Shug, there's a 2-week break. There's a 2-week break in between the last match that'll be played and Spectacular. Faction standings will be made.
It's crazy. Spectacular's in like 3 weeks.
Yeah. But the faction standings will be playing a huge deal into how people feel going into Spectacular, because that faction standing helps create more excitement, especially if we got something closer and
which is so irritating that they're going to get rid of factions next year. Like, God damn it. Well, they are and they're not. There's not going to be a draft.
It won't be the same as this year.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Like I mean, it is. I don't know how we started talking about this, but we'll see what happens. Corey Cameron in the chat going against my point. The faction race was the main story last year. This year, not so much.
Yeah, because I don't question Christian a lot. Biggest mistake though was saying that things were going to change next year. He should have waited.
I also agree with that because that's been the
He should have
discourse.
waited.
That,
He
I
should have
mean,
waited to
for
what?
me, that he should have waited to announce the changes.
Oh yeah, he should,
At least as late as he possibly could.
Yeah, I agree because people kind of feel like, well, why am I following the factions at this point?
Yeah, because it's yeah, I can agree with that.
Because it's like you're like, oh yeah, I'm attached to this like, you know me, I'm a huge exchange guy. You're telling me half of those people I'm rooting for and all this,
right.
it won't be with the exchange now.
Yeah, and I know there's probably a lot of behind the scenes stuff we don't know, or that obviously that will never get out for good reason because that's a little too much. But I do wish he would wait as long as possible to say something. That because not knowing factions as they stand will be the same next year. The discourse changed across all platforms. And Jeremy Miller in the chat saying that some fans just want to have a good time. They don't care about the faction race. Totally. But there may be a good chunk of the fan base that does not give a shit about the faction, at least the faction points or whatever. But it will play a part. And there will be people at the show calculating numbers. And the second one person clinches or a faction clinches, it'll be the worst kept secret in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
So I guarantee like, oh, yo, insert faction here clinched.
And see that's why that's part of the reason I think he would save, because he would save whatever important faction matches for the back half, which I agree with Suge wouldn't be great, but I would understand the reasoning because it kind of fell flat last year.
Oh, totally. Especially when that was like this year, the big driving force going into Spectacular. So and we'll see how these next few weeks go. Maybe we'll get a schedule. Maybe we won't. Maybe we won't know the schedule of matches until that day, and then we see entrances and we figure out who's going first. Who knows? We have no idea.
Yeah, who knows?
But
let's do some predictions.
Yeah,
let's go.
Get out of here.
All right. Paige Frabetti.
Oh Christ.
And Griffin Newman. I'll start. You know what I just said. I'm the biggest exchange shield there is. Griffey downtown Nooms for the win.
I'm going Paige Frabetti. I'm sticking with that. I said she was going to win the tournament.
I want Paige to win, so I would love to see Paige win. So I want to go for Paige. I'm rooting for Paige. I just root for everybody. Everyone's entertaining me, so these all deserve props. Yes, yeah. Corey Cameron feels like it's only important now for those who are winning the money. Totally, and I forgot there's a money prize. People remind me of that, and I always forget.
Somebody was talking about that and like kind of criticizing Christian that
there's a big Reddit post about it. There's a huge
Christian said something about on the take that not enough money was made and all this stuff, and I don't know. It is what it is.
There was a crazy long Reddit post, and I actually read the entire thing, and it was very detailed. Like someone actually put thought into it. But Jeremy Miller in the chat has Griffey Nooms, as does Leo Logan and Corey Cameron. I mean, based on his last few performances, like, yeah, I think Griffey might take this, or Griffey will take this, but I'm rooting for Paige. I want Paige to win very, very much. And again, maybe my spin from the real bias is a thing. Yeah. But either way, it'll be a great match nonetheless.
All right, next up, we're going to start off with Suge, Brennan Meyer versus the Barbarian.
I'm going to go with Brennan Meyer.
Oh, you're quick on that. You're quick on the draw. Oh, geez. Barbarian. Brendan.
Sorry, Brendan. You're right. I'm tired, bro. I'm tired, bro.
Barbarian. Yeah. Fine young tenderoni, Brendan Meyer. Corey also has the kid or the young adult, depending on who your sponsor is, and Leo Logan also has Brendan Meyer. I'm gonna pick Barbarian in this case. I got Barbarian.
Bro, who did I just pick and why? I just picked Newman because of it. He's a part of the exchange. The exchange stay winning this time. I'm going Barbarian. Craig is the man. Craig is a sweetheart. whenever I've had a talk with him, we end up just talking movie trivia, and he just knows his stuff. And I love Craig. So my spin from the real bias kicks in here. It's Craig.
Yeah, it's good. We're gonna get some good ass matches over the next 2 weeks, y'all. Like this is gonna be nuts. What's up? We got 2 matches Friday. What's the first one?
First match Friday is Dan Murrow versus Janine the Machine.
Woo!
Chris
We went
Anthony
with
Lopez, you start off with this one.
Janine
I'm gonna go.
will win this match. Yeah, Janine.
I'm gonna go with Dan here.
Oh wait, no, I'm sticking with I'm sticking with
I like here. Do I want Janine to win? Yes, because I want to see more people of color, women winning in this league. But I just think Dan is going to be tired of how he's been playing and step up. So
I'm buying into the Janine hype. I am. I'm buying into it.
I got Dan Murrow.
Woo, so is the chat. Jeremy Miller has to go. Murrow will end the Stars this season. Sheesh. Leo being awfully blunt. And Corey, I struggled with this one yesterday too, but Dan. Yeah, it's a we'll see. I'm putting my eggs in the hype basket, and I'm rocking with Janine. Janine's been impressing me all season, so I'm rocking with that.
Go.
All right, and the final
Jesus.
one pick, and I'll start off with this one. Go full circle. King Arthur versus Press Room.
Is this this is a pay-per-view?
Yeah, this is a
Pay-per-view.
Boy,
are we doing a show on Friday?
I think the boys at Schmo the Money are. I know this Friday, Toby and I and possibly Colin will be breaking down Disney Plus Day with Thomas Harper here on our channel.
But at that time of night,
possibly it might be during the pay-per-view. We don't know yet. We don't.
Well, I think we're doing a show. I'll be there.
Well, I know Jeff is. Jeff told when Jeff was in town this week. He told me.
Okay, then we're definitely doing a show.
Yeah, so
It'll be on the Show Me the Money channel.
yes,
for the
it'll be
record.
on the channel.
For the record.
If you
look who's in the house.
Yes, I was just about to say, if y'all don't realize who I'm picking, who's got the FE by their name, it's King Arthur all the way, baby. We ride with the exchange out here.
Okay, got a little excited there, but yeah, I'm going with King Arthur also.
I gave Press Room a ton of love a minute ago, as they should. They deserve a ton of love. They do, but I think our boy Jeffrey Kahn in the chat's gonna get another live match. Jesus, Shug, I know. I'm looking at my phone. I get the alerts. I'm going King Arthur over Press Room, and we're gonna see Kahn and Spectacular. And I can't wait.
Cannot wait.
Is that it? Is that
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
That's the end of the party, people.
That's the show today. Be sure to tune in for Real Sports tomorrow, where we will be talking about the NFL season as it stands, the OBJ drama, the World Series, the NBA, the biggest surprises, the Rookie of the Years, all that. Like,
where's OBJ going, Matt? After you told me he wasn't going to get cut.
No, I told you.
I saw Matt's tweet. He said he wasn't going to get cut.
Yeah, no, I said the Steelers weren't going to get it. But no, that was
fine.
because, that was before the reports of them restructuring the deal came into place, Chris. Because they restructured the deal. So,
right.
They restructured the deal so the last 2 years of the contract are gone.
Yeah. I saw that. Yeah.
We'll talk about that tomorrow.
Sure.
But he's going to the Seahawks. Reports have all but confirmed that. Anyways.
Real sports
tomorrow. Thursday. Those spooky boys got a nice spooky guest, and Adam the Coyote Collins joining us on Really Scared to talk about Werner Herzog's Nosferatu.
Make sure to check that out.
Yeah, and then Friday, as I mentioned, Disney Plus Day. Myself and Toby will be breaking that down, and with Thomas Harper, going to be talking about all the Star Wars stuff we're getting. Apparently, there's a Kenobi trailer dropping, and I'm so excited. But yeah, and then Saturday, no Saber Reels because we're doing it Friday with this Disney Plus Day breakdown. So hey,
It's gonna be a week on what? So subscribe
Yes.
to the channel, hit the bell for notifications for when we go live. Of course, leave a like on the video. If you're watching this,
If you want to see some spoilers for No Way Home, go look online. John Campia. Shout out to John Campia for spoiling everything.
Shook with the
Rat
hell,
bastard.
that's a hell of a name drop. Leave a comment on the video. Let us know what you think of the past week's matches and what you think going forward. Holy crap.
Chris, where can they find you at, buddy?
Yeah.
Y'all can find me on Twitter at the letter C, Anthony Lopez, where I talk about movies, music, sports, on occasion, all the other fun stuff. My podcast for Chris's sake, FORCHRIS.
Never invited me on, for sure.
Never invited me on either, Shug. Don't worry.
FORCHRIS.
Is there only room for one Mexican on there?
SAKE. Go to my Twitter with the links. Tomorrow I'll be talking about a man named Scott, the new Kid Cudi documentary. It's on Amazon Prime with my boy Quinn Clossy. That'll be tomorrow. So Matt, I have white people on my show, so like you should don't feel too bad. But yeah, I can't wait for Chris's sake. We're doing that and more Scooby-Doo later on in the week. So check me out wherever you find your podcast.
And with that, folks, remember.
Well, you're just gonna not let me plug my stuff?
Sorry, Shug. I'm sorry. I thought you already plugged. I'm tired, bro. I've been up since 5 a.m.
Well, I've been up since that time too. You can find
5
me on
a.m.
TikTok.
That's 8 a.m. my time, bro.
No,
You gonna gaslight his time? Like, damn! Like,
you can find me ShugKnight323 at TikTok and Twitter. Also, please go subscribe to my channel, ShugKnight323, where I'll be doing my podcast. It's probably going to be coming after Spectacular now, because I kind of want to see what there's going to be. I'm working on stuff. Also, to remember, John Campia spoils everything. Steelers are up 14-3 at the half right now against the Bears. So we'll see what happens the rest of the game. Matt, Chris, you guys have a great night. Everybody in the chat have a great night. Matt, where can they find you at? Or you too damn tired?
You can find me at WattMovies_Matt on Twitter and on this channel virtually every day, whether it's me posting something. Apparently, we're supposed to get a Spider-Man No Way Home trailer tomorrow, so you might be seeing the trailer reaction for that. Yeah, we got a lot going on here. So, yeah, with that, remember, folks, spin from the reel and not the peg, unlike that man Radis, and have a good night.
Be nice, people.
Deuces.